Hello to everyone who is here today. Look, I've got 110 movies that I saw this year. I'm going to rank them into tiers where I would put them. So smash the like button, smash that subscribe button for me as well. And yeah, let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think of my list and where would you rank some of these movies? Obviously, some of them I haven't seen that you guys probably have seen. That's because they haven't either A, come out here in Australia, or B, I just have not got around to watching them yet. So, been a pretty busy year and hectic all year. So let's get straight into it. Ambulance, we're going to put in the mare tier. Fun action sequence, Michael Bay. Doesn't really make much sense, but hey, it's fun. It's all right. Amsterdam, I'm going to put in decent. I thought it was decent. I love the trio of Margot Robbie, Christian Bale, and Washington. They were fun, but there's not much else to it. I just found it fun. Armageddon Time. Really enjoyed this film. I thought Anthony Hopkins and Anne Hathaway were fantastic. Really enjoyed their performance. I love the connections between the grandparent and the grandson. I thought that was great. The friendship bond as well from the kids was fantastic. So I thought it was good. So decent for me. Avatar and great. Look, it's got its issues, yes, but overall, easily the best looking movie I've ever seen in my life. I really enjoy the lore that we explored. James Cameron did a great job with that, and the family dynamic really worked for me. So for me, it's in the great tier. Barbarian, controversial maybe. Man, it's more shock horror than anything, and I thought some of the edits, the cut scene when they cut with the edit was just really weird for me. Like there's a scene where she's about to be captured and stuff like that, and it cuts to the guy singing in a car, and it just kind of took away the attention. It's more shock horror for me, and yeah, it's just a kind of a meh movie. Same with Black Crab, meh, cool concept, decent action, but not much else to it. Wakanda Forever, I'm going to put in the great tier. I really enjoyed this. Yes, it has its issues. It is missing a superstar. I will agree with that. T'Challa is missing, and you can tell. But I thought Namor was great. I thought the actual other cast were fantastic as well. I would like more M'Baku, but hey, it is what it is. So for me, it's in the great tier. Black Adam, I'm going to put in the decent tier. Movie I've been waiting for 6 years. For what it was decent. I really enjoyed it. Had a ball. Kid storyline, do not care for. It has its flaws, but for what it was, I had fun with it. Black Light, we're going to put in the mayor one. It's Liam Neeson playing Liam Neeson in a Liam Neeson movie. That's all you need to know, really. Blonde, you guys know my thoughts. If you've seen my review on Blonde and if you've seen my top 10 worst, I did not enjoy this. While there's an absolutely fantastic performance in there by our lead actress, Anna Diarms, the rest of it is just absolutely horrible. And that comes down to the director who just thinks he can just showboat what he can do. And it's like, bro, no one cares about you. Like, no one cares that you're, look, I can do these different changes, this different color array. It's like, no, no one cares. Bob's Burger, fun little animated film, decent for me. Bodies, decent. It would be in the great tier, but that ending, the twist ending just didn't work for me. I thought that was one of the dumbest things they could have done with this movie, was have it like that. And I'm just kind of like, right, okay then. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. And then, yeah, that happened. So, is what it is. Bones and all, meh. I think there's more. I come in with more, came out with more questions, sorry, than answers. Why are they eaters? What are they eaters? Why do they have to do this? They were the questions glaring over the whole entire film while I was watching. So, yeah, that kind of took it away from me. The rest of it I just didn't care for. Bosch and Rocket, love this film. I thought it was fantastic. Coming of age, father-son connection, brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Love this movie. Bros, it's just an unfunny comedy with a main character that I had genuinely disliked, that I was rooting against. So yeah, and it does pander in some scenes with the Abraham Lincoln stuff. So for me, in what were they thinking? Bullet Train, I'm gonna put in the best. Yes, it wasn't in my top 10 list, but there's gonna be more in the best than just 10, because there was a lot that were close, and Bullet Train was one that was close to being my top 10. So much fun. I don't think I've ever had that much fun in an actual entertainment way than watching Bullet Train. That was just one of the funnest things I've ever seen in my life. I love that movie. What's it called? Scenario, whatever. I can't remember. I can't remember what the name of this is. It's decent. I like Peter Dinklage. I thought he was fantastic in the film, but yeah, it's a fun musical film. But hey, it is what it is. Cyrano. I'm pretty sure that's how. Cyrano. I'm pretty sure that's how it's pronounced. It's decent. Death on the Nile, decent as well. Another whodunit. If you guys have seen it, You know, it's a decent one. It's pretty predictable though. It is predictable. Multiverse of Madness. Look, I'm gonna put it here. It's meh for me. I don't know. I walked out of Multiverse of Madness expecting more. I was a bit disappointed. Yeah, so I don't know. It just didn't have that X factor for me. That's why it's in the meh. I enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I was going to enjoy it. Dog, great. Cried like a baby in this movie. If you guys have ever had a dog, this is the movie for you that is going to make you cry. Because Channing Tatum is fantastic. The connection, just the story, everything about this is fantastic. Don't worry, darling. I'm going to put in the meh tier. I get it, like the twist was cool and all, but it just didn't make sense. And yeah, it was just one of those films where it's kind of like, I come out of it and I was like, that was okay, but I don't know, it just didn't sit right with me. So I've got to put it there. Also in the Ticket to Paradise, I'm going to put in the decent. I thought this was funny. I thought it was funny. I loved the dynamic between Julia Roberts and George Clooney. I thought they were hilarious. I really enjoyed this movie. Dragon Ball Super Superhero, it's in the best, mate. It took me back to my childhood. I love this. The animation was great. The characters were great. Really, really enjoyed it. Elvis, I'm going to put in the great tier as well. Really enjoyed it. Austin Butler was absolutely fantastic. He was so good, man. And he's probably going to get an Oscar nomination, if not win it. I enjoyed it. It is a tad too long. They could have cut it down in certain scenes, but I enjoyed Elvis. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, just phenomenal. Just phenomenal. Like, it's just one of the best movies of the year. Absolutely freaking awesome. 4, I'm going to put in the meh. Just, I don't know. This one was, like, boring and predictable and had some tropes that I was like, oh, whatever then. Secrets of Dumbledore, decent. I would probably say this is probably my 3rd favorite Harry Potter film. I'm not the biggest fan of Harry Potter. I actually did enjoy this one more than I thought I would. So, yeah, I'm going to put it in there. See how they run. I actually really like this one. I had an absolute ball with this. I was laughing my ass off. This was a cool new take on the whodunit storyline with the comedic side. Really enjoyed it. I thought Sam Rockwell nailed it out of the park. Firestarter. I'm probably going to put it in this tier as well, down here. Because I think this remake just fell flat. They really went down the superhero route and tried to go like that. It's like, no, just don't. It fell very, very flat. Glass Onion, loved it. Loved this Knives Out sequel. Thought it was absolutely... Wow, someone's driving out of nowhere. Glass Onion, I thought this was absolutely fantastic. Really enjoyed it. Gold. I'm going to put Gold in the decent tier. I actually enjoyed this one. Zac Efron was fantastic. It was the thrill that we were all looking for. And yeah, it had like a decent story. And had like this idea of not trusting anyone because of gold and that. I really enjoyed it. Good luck to you, Leo Grande. I actually really enjoyed this movie quite a lot. I love the dynamic between Emma Thompson and his name's escaping me. The guy that plays Leo. I can't remember, but I thought their dynamic was fantastic. There is a lot to take away from here regarding life lessons by like through sexual tension and stuff like that. Really enjoyed that movie. Halloween Ends. Halloween Ends. Imagine making Halloween Ends the final one, the final chapter in the Halloween franchise, and Michael Myers only kills 2 people. Someone else goes and does it. Yeah. The less we say about it, the better. Hellraiser, thought it was one of the most boring movies I've seen all year. It was dull. It was boring. I was just sitting there, I was just like, is this movie over? I thought the pacing was awful. So for me, it's in the meh tier. How to Please a Woman, I actually really enjoyed this movie quite a lot. I really enjoyed the dynamic. There's a lot to take away from this movie as well. Look, it's not directly how to please a woman. It's completely different to that. And I enjoyed it. Hustle. Absolutely love Hustle. Adam Sandler, fantastic. This was easily almost in my top 10 as well. I absolutely love this movie. And this idea of finding a player in the streets and bringing him to the NBA. It was absolutely fantastic. There's these heartwarming moments. I mean, it's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Well, we got Multiverse of Madness on here twice. I don't know why. I've got that on there twice, but we'll just put it there. It means I'm missing one. Can't remember what movie I'm missing, but hey, It is what it is. The Bubble, decent. It was fun for what it is. It's a great parody. Enjoyed it. Interceptor, decent as well. Fun. I don't think it like breaks any boundaries or anything, but yeah, it was fun. Jackass Forever. Absolutely ball. Absolute ball. Great to see him back. Childhood. Nostalgia. Just absolutely hilarious. That's Jackass. Jeepers Creepers Reborn. Oh my god, one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. The worst green screen I've ever seen in my life. I've seen people on YouTube have green screens better than this. It's ridiculous. Jurassic Park Dominion. Almost in my top 10 worst as well. I hated this movie. Absolutely hate it. It's not even about Jurassic Park. It's got this whole locus. It's a spy thriller. It's so stupid. Like, this is becoming the Fast and Furious franchise right here, where they're just going down into just unknown godly things that just don't make sense. Lightyear. I enjoyed Lightyear. Probably my favorite Pixar film. Absolutely loved it. So I'm going to put it there. Windfall. Meh. I thought it was okay. It was funny at times. Some decent performances, but it was kind of like, it got stale really quickly. Last Seen Alive. Meh. Some great action sequences. Not the best story. But hey, it is what it is. I got Lightyear here twice again. Why do I have Lightyear here twice, man? What is going on? Why is Lightyear here twice? Oh, I have absolutely had a man, maybe. Lost City. Decent. Had fun. It's like Tickets to Paradise. The dynamic of Channing Tatum and Sandra Bullock was great. Radcliffe was hilarious. Brad Pitt was great. Really enjoyed that. Marry Me was actually really great. I really enjoyed this romantic comedy. I thought Owen Wilson and Jennifer Lopez were hilarious. I absolutely actually like this more than I thought I would. I really do. So, yeah. So, Matilda. I'm going to put this one in great. This is a musical, and I didn't expect it to be this good. I really didn't. It's very catchy. I thought the performances were great as well. And I actually absolutely had a ball with this movie. So, for me, it's in the great tier. Memory. Liam Neeson being Liam Neeson. That's all you need to know again. Minions. Rise of Gru. Meh, I just didn't find it to be all that great. That's just me. I don't know. I like the dynamic between Gru and his idol. But I don't know. Just something about it just didn't feel like Minions to me. So I've got it there. Moonfall. Disaster film that goes really high sci-fi that has no business going high sci-fi. So yeah, it's one of those ones where I'm just like, oh, this could have been so great. But then it's like, it's two movies in one and it doesn't know which one to be. Morbius is the same. Oh, man, it was just a horror show. Absolute horror show, wasn't it? Mother and Android, meh, could have been better. Didn't make much sense. The Kingsman. Again, I didn't feel like this was The Kingsman. I just did not feel like I was part of that universe. You got a freaking awesome cast. And I don't know, I just didn't think it was all that great. The Reef Stalked. One of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. After Ever Happy, the worst movie of the year. It's all about toxic relationship. It's like there's these characters on the same arc every fucking movie. It's like, come on, man, write something different. Be more creative. It's stupid as shit. It's down there. DC Super Pets, decent. Had a lot more heart than I thought it would. It was better than what I expected. Yeah, so I'm gonna put it in the decent tier. The Greatest Beer Run, decent. I thought Zac Efron was fantastic. I love this idea of them running beer through to Vietnam to his friends. I really like that. The Menu, one of the best. This could have easily been on my top 10 as well. I've really enjoyed this. The whole dynamic. I thought Nicholas Hoult was absolutely fantastic. Ralph Fiennes was freaking phenomenal. Anna Taylor-Joy. Oh my god, she was absolutely incredible as well. I really like this movie a lot. Go check it out. It's absolutely fantastic. But Ralph Fiennes' next movie, The Forgiven, not so good. I mean, Jessica Chastain is in it. Matt Smith is in it. And Ralph Fiennes. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, this is all like stellar cast. But there's nothing to the movie. It's boring. It's dull. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I wanted this movie to be so good because I love the cast. But unfortunately, it just never got there. The Warrior Queen, one of the second worst movie of the year. Absolute horrible effects. Absolute dumbest thing I've ever seen. Imagine a house floating on the ocean. That doesn't make any sense. at all. And then they light a fire. She gets attacked by a great white in knee-deep water. Great whites can't go into knee-deep water. It's just an absolute... It's a mockery. Me Time, meh. It had its funniest moments, but, you know, it's one of those dumb Netflix movies. The 355. I really wanted to like this movie a lot more. Awesome cast. I love Jessica Chastain. She's one of my favorites. I wanted this movie to be so much better, but it was a complete mess. Absolute complete mess. 3,000 Years of Longing, meh. I like the stuff when the genie's explaining his past, but outside that, there's nothing else to it. It really isn't. It is one of those. The Samaritan, decent. Had some decent stuff. I really enjoyed this comic book movie. A different take on the comic book genre. I thought Stallone was great. I actually enjoyed that movie. Look Both Ways, meh. It is what it is. It's a Netflix movie. You guys have seen it. I mean, decent performances, but overall, I just thought could have been a lot better. The Batman, loved it. Absolutely loved it. One of my, if not my favorite comic book movie of all time. Absolutely loved The Batman. Matt Reeves nailed it. It's the Batman I've been waiting for. Dark, gritty, detective side, down to... Down to earth. Absolutely loved it. Night Shift. Decent. Fun. I thought Dave Franco and Jamie Foxx were absolutely hilarious. There are some great sequences in here with the killing of vampires that I absolutely love, that I've never seen before. So I really, really enjoyed it. Downton Abbey, I better say it right, otherwise people will come for me again. After I said downtown, it's Downton Abbey, A New Era. Decent. I actually thought I wasn't going to like this movie. I had never seen the series. I never saw the first one. I just went in and saw this one. I was like, well, I know what the hype's about. I actually liked it more than I thought. It was really cool, so I'll put it there. The Pale Blue Eye. I actually really enjoyed this movie quite a lot. It's actually quite good. It's really good. I think Christian Bale was fantastic. Harry Melling was absolutely brilliant as well. I didn't know he could act that good. But the story is great. The twists and turns. It's a horror thriller mystery movie. Absolutely love it. It's coming to Netflix. I was fortunate enough to see it on the big screen recently, so this is one you have to go check out. I really enjoyed it. Orphan's First Kill. I'm gonna put it in the meh tier. I don't know. This one it just didn't make much sense to me. It really didn't. It was weird as well. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm gonna put in the decent one. Not my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Obviously, people have been telling me that there was actually a series for this, and they've actually swapped roles with certain characters in that. It is what it is, but for me, it was decent, but I don't know. It still doesn't feel like Leonardo and stuff to me. Sharkbait. Horrible. See the trend here with the shark movies? Just horrible. Sharkbait's horrible as well. Stupid. Cliche. Dumb. Nightmare Alley. Decent. Enjoyed it. I love how it came full circle. Really did. Bradley Cooper was fantastic. Cate Blanchett was fantastic as well. Really, really enjoyed that movie. Nope. Nope's a hard one. I'm going to put in the decent. I like the idea. It has one of the single most scariest scenes in the whole entire cinematic history. I was on the edge of my seat. I was crapping myself. It was absolutely freaky. But what actually it turned out to be, I wasn't the biggest fan of how it ended and the reveal. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those ones where I'm like, I loved it up until the reveal. Unfortunately. One Piece, Red. Really enjoyed this movie. Really enjoyed One Piece Red. Thought it was awesome seeing Shanks. I loved the musical element added to it. I thought that was a nice touch. It's a great story. I really, really enjoyed it. Operation Mincemeat. It's meh. It is what it is. Prey. I'm putting great. I really enjoyed Prey. I thought this was one of the better entries into the Predator franchise. I thought it was the best Predator since the original Predator. It's fantastic. I thought the performances were great. I really liked the design, going back in time. It was absolutely fantastic. Seriously, Red, man, have problems with it. It was just boring as well. On top of that, I don't know, there's a lot wrong with it. Scream, Almost my top 10 worst as well. I'm not the biggest fan of this. I don't think half of it made sense with the whole reveal because I'm trying to piece together who was where at what time, and for me, it just didn't work. I thought the actual reveal itself, story wise, was crap as well, and it just it's stupid. Seeing the year, obviously, I had this in one of my worst movies of the year. It's unfunny. It's woke. It's just crap. She said, "Great. I really enjoyed this movie. Very powerful movie about the Harvey Weinstein stuff. Now that we know he has been convicted of it and he's getting charged completely. He's been found guilty. Yeah, it's just a really really good story and like absolutely riveting performances. Sissy, one of the worst horror movies. It just didn't make sense. It just didn't make sense. It was crap. Absolute crap. Good concept, but they just went away from it. Smile, on the other hand, almost made my top 10. I really like this. I was on the edge of my seat the whole entire time. It was freaky. It was everything I was looking for in a horror movie. Absolutely fantastic. Love that movie. Love Smile. Sonic 2. Great. Love Sonic 2. Oh my god. It's just, I never thought I'd see Supersonic on the big screen. And that post-credit scene may be the best post-credit scene of all time. Cannot wait for Sonic 3. Cannot wait. Spiderhead, there. Cool idea, cool concept. Decent performances. Could have been better though. Strange World. I'm going to put Strange World in the decent. I actually enjoyed this film more than I thought I would. I like the design of all the creatures. I love the color. I love the twist at the end of what the actual world is. I thought that was all great. I really, really enjoyed it. So, yeah. Terrifier 2. Now, this is a movie that I have a love-hate relationship with. And you know what? As time goes on, yes, it's not the best movie. And while it's dumb in some places, the more I watch it, I actually have more fun with it. When you take away it's not meant to be perceived as a really good, like, top tier film, like story wise or anything like that. It's actually really fun. It's got some gruesome stuff in it as well. It's growing on me. It is growing on me. Terrifier 2. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Oh my word. That's not though. That's just horrible. Even as I watch it more and more. Well, I actually haven't. But it's just absolutely awful. The Bad Guys. This had no chance of ever being this good. It had no right to be this good. It's freaking so good. Phenomenal. The characters. The animation. I love this movie. It was so good. Beast. I'm gonna put Beast in decent. Idris Elba fights a lion. What more do you want? What more do you want? Grey Man. I actually really like the Grey Man quite a lot. Fun action movie. Chris Evans was fantastic. What's his name? Ryan Gosling was fantastic. Anna, what's her name? Anna de Armas was absolutely fantastic as well. I love the story. I love the action sequences. It was so good. I really like the Grey Man. The Invitation, decent. Just didn't like the ending. Like the third act, I thought it fell apart. It went very action-based heavy, and I thought that took away from the whole horror element of it. It was just, it was weird. The Adam Project. I'm gonna put in great. I actually had a lot of fun with this movie as well. I really enjoyed it. I thought Ryan Reynolds was absolutely fantastic. I loved the kid and his dynamic with the younger self. I thought that was great. This time travel idea, I really liked it. It was good. It's better than what I thought it was gonna be. The Northman. The Northman. One of the best movies of the year. Absolutely brilliant. Eggers nailed this. Absolutely fantastic. Visually stunning. Story-wise, brilliant. A new, fresh take on the Viking traditions. Absolutely loved it. The Wasteland was a decent one as well. On Netflix. Early on in the year. I think it's Spanish. It's very interesting. Very different. It's like a take on a mythological creature. It's really good. I actually had a lot of fun with it. Well, I didn't actually have a lot of fun. I was crapping myself, but it was actually quite good. The Woman King. It goes in my best. I love this movie. I thought it was fantastic. Viola Davis she's gonna win probably well, she's definitely getting nominated, but she might win the Oscar for it. Latasha Lynch was absolutely fantastic. I thought all of them were fantastic. It was so good. Black Phone easily could have been in my best list. Easily could have been. It was almost in there. Like this, I thought this was absolutely phenomenal. On the edge of my seat, Ethan Hawke was absolutely intimidating, fantastic. I thought this was one of the best horror movies of the year. Absolutely fantastic. So good. Thor Love and Thunder, decent. Yeah, it's over the top, but hey, I enjoyed it. I would like more gore. If it had more gore and toned down the comedic a bit more, it would definitely be up in these two tiers. But yeah, that's the only thing for me. Top Gun Maverick. It's the best movie of the year. I saw it 7 times in the theater. That says it all. Troll. Decent. It's like Godzilla, but just Troll. It's decent. Seriously, Red. This is one that I didn't really like that much. I don't know why. I just didn't like it, and it's pretty forgettable for me. I think this is one of the forgettable films. Massive. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent is in my top 10. It's in my top 10 best. I love this movie. Nicolas Cage playing Nicolas Cage. Hilarious. Pedro Pascal. Hilarious. Fantastic. Love that movie. Uncharted. I actually forgot this movie came out this year, but hey, it was decent. I enjoyed it. I thought Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg were great. It could have been better, yes, but I thought it was a good entry into the Uncharted franchise. Look, I've never played the game, so I have no prior knowledge. So for me, that's probably why it's there. Violent Night had no business being this good. This could have been in my top 10. I wanted to put this in my top 10. I really did. Unfortunately, there was just 10 other movies I enjoyed more, but this is my favorite Christmas movie of all time. I love this movie. David Harbour as Santa murdering fools. What's not to love? What's not to love? Banshees of Inisherin had no business being that good. This movie is freaking phenomenal. Some fantastic performances. A great story. Oh my god, I cannot wait to see this movie again and again. It's so good. Werewolf by Night, I'm going to put in decent as well. I really enjoyed this new take on the MCU. Sort of Monsterverse sort of thing. I like it. It's refreshing and I enjoyed it. Where the Cruel Doors Sing, I'm going to put that. You know what? I'm putting it here. No, I'm going to put it in the great tier. Actually, because I prefer Avatar over it. But it was absolutely fantastic as well. I really enjoyed this movie. I thought her performance was fantastic. She is one to watch. Daisy Edgar Jones, I think her name is. She is one to watch, and I'm keeping my eye on her because she was phenomenal. The story was great. The twist at the end was great. I really, really enjoyed it. And X. X was great as well. Really enjoyed it. One of my favorite horror movies of the year. Absolutely loved it. Unfortunately, Pearl never came out here in Australia. That's why it's not on my list, because I never actually got around to seeing it. So for me, it goes in the great tier. Just one of the movies that I did miss is Fresh. If you guys have seen that, it's on Disney Plus. That is with Daisy Edgar Jones as well, and Sebastian Stan. That to me would go in the great tier as well. I really thoroughly enjoyed that. I thought that was absolutely freaky and great as well. And then there's the Mel Gibson one, On the Line. Now I would put that one in the decent tier as well, because you're either going to love it or you're going to hate the ending. So that's where they were the two that I missed. So that is my ranking of all the movies I saw this year. 110 of them. Let me know in the comments below, what did you guys think of my ranking? Where would you rank yours? Smash it down there. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe. Peace out.